So if you are 50 or over, menopausal or postmenopausal, and you want to make an informed choice over nutrition, and you want a no-nonsense, step-by-step strategy system that you can start right now, then this is the video for you. I'm Rachel Holmes. I'm a fitness presenter, educator, women's health expert for almost 40 years, and I love to share as much knowledge as I can to help you make better choices around nutrition so you can thrive, you can feel good, you can have amazing energy, you can lose weight, you can just feel phenomenal. And that's what this channel is all about. From fitness, group fitness, nutrition, health, it's all here. So make sure you like and subscribe. So I want to break down what a good nutritional diet would look like if you are looking to lose weight or maintain weight, maybe even increase your muscle mass as a menopausal, postmenopausal woman. So let's look at the breakdown, first of all, of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. And here is my handy whiteboard that I use all the time when I'm teaching. So we need to just change the ratios a little bit as we get into our 50s. So we want to up protein. So you're going to see this all over the internet. I mean, I see it all over social media about eating more protein. So if you can base your meals around protein, so animal-based protein, plant-based protein. So animal-based protein, obviously, things like chicken, turkey, fish, all seafood, eggs, brilliant, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese. And then we've got plant-based proteins, things like lentils, chickpeas, tofu, quinoa, tempeh, peas, beans, nuts and seeds, and there are many more. And if we can build our meals around protein, so protein helps you stay fuller for longer, so it keeps you satiated for longer. And if you can start your day with a protein-rich breakfast, now breakfast, that's a whole video on its own. Are you a breakfast eater? Are you not a breakfast eater? You may have been an intermittent faster in the past. I was a big intermittent faster. I'm no longer an intermittent faster. It doesn't agree with me now because we change. As we go through our 30s and our 40s and into our 50s, our nutritional requirements change. And I found personally that 3 healthy meals based on protein spaced out between 4 or 5 hours is optimum for me. That works brilliantly for me. So I no longer do an intermittent fast. A good focus is to try and maintain a good steady blood sugar level for the whole of the day. So you've not got all these random spikes of insulin and cortisol. So when you eat sugary food, processed food, you have spikes of insulin and cortisol. And we are looking to maintain a more steady blood sugar level through the day. So if you can start your day with a protein-rich breakfast, so it could be eggs, it could be porridge, more fibre, it could be nuts and seeds, potentially it might be a lunch-style breakfast that you enjoy. You might do a protein shake if you enjoy a protein shake, but something that is going to be protein based, that again is going to steady off your blood sugar levels for the next 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours. Look at your carbohydrate ratio. Now, carbohydrate and fats, this just depends on how active and what suits you. You might do better with a higher carbohydrate ratio and a lower fat ratio, or you might do better the other way around. Or I'll give you another option. It may change from day to day depending on what you're doing. If you're very active and fit and you're doing a lot of activity, you may want to have a slightly higher carbohydrate level than fat. So you've got to find the right ratio that suits you. And you can track, you can use the NutriCheck app, which is brilliant. You can also use MyFitnessPal. There are other apps that you can use, but they're pretty standard. And you can input everything and you can see exactly what your ratios are. So generally, protein needs to be 30 to 35% of your total daily calories. And then your carbs and fats between 30, 40 and 25 and 35%, just depending. So play around with those until you find what works for you personally. Now, if it's weight loss, we know we need to be in a calorie deficit. So we need to be eating less calories than we are burning. If again, you're the sort of person that can input everything to an app and you can really honestly and truthfully add everything into your app, and at the end of the day you can see that you're in a calorie deficit, then great. If that works for you, fantastic. Now, if that is going to be another stress, you're never quite going to get the numbers right. Some days you do it, some days you don't. You've got to get into the habit of doing it. But having said that, when I work with clients, before we start tracking calories, I like to focus on getting your healthy habits right. So number one priority would be eating protein at 3 meals and basing your meals around protein, and trying to go between 4 and 5 hours between meals without snacking, and drinking 2 litres of water. So when you get up, have a glass of water. Before you have your meal, have a glass of water. Keep sipping the water through the day. Have a water before your next meal and then the one after. So you are upping the amount of hydration that you're onboarding your body. That's going to help your hormones. It's going to help you think better, feel better. You're going to be much more dehydrated, and that is going to help you feel fuller. So if you've had a big glass of water and then you wait 10 minutes and eat your meal slowly and mindfully, allowing the brain to register when you're full, you're less likely to just keep eating and overeat. So they're just really simple tips and habits that you can do right now with your next meal that can hugely benefit you. That's going to help your appetites, also going to help your cravings. Also with cravings, if you are eating enough protein per day, that's going to help minimize those crazy and wild cravings, really is. One thing I want to talk about today is carbohydrates, because if you remember back in the 90s and the 2000s, it was low carb or no carb. You may have even been on a no carb diet. We know that we need carbs to be healthy, but we have our simple carbohydrates and we have complex carbohydrates. So when we're thinking about simple carbohydrates, we're thinking about sugary carbohydrates, processed food, where you get that quick burst of energy. So you get that quick sugary lift, you feel energetic, and then you often go crashing down on the other side. And we really want to avoid simple carbohydrates. And we want to focus on the more complex carbohydrates. So brown rice, lentils, beans, starchy vegetables like potatoes and sweet potatoes, and we won't need to focus on high fibre. We need a high fibre diet, and this works well with your complex carbohydrates. So we should be taking on board about 30 grams of fibre a day. So what foods contain fibre? These are all your fruits. So your apples, your pears, your kiwis, and actually eating kiwis with their skin on. Have you ever eaten a kiwi with the skin on? That is going to give you a massive amount of fibre, so really positive. Obviously your apples, your pears, bananas, berries, all fantastic with your fibre. And your fibre, there are 2 types of fibre. So firstly, fibre is a type of carbohydrate that the body can't digest, but it plays an essential role in maintaining a healthy digestive system, and it can be found in a variety of plant-based food. And there's 2 types of fibre. You've got your soluble fibre and you've got insoluble fibre. So as we've just said, some examples here are apples and pears, berries, oranges, bananas. And then in vegetables, you've got your broccoli, carrots, Brussels sprouts, spinach and sweet potatoes with the skin on. And then whole grains, so oats, brown rice, whole wheat bread and pasta, barley, quinoa, legumes, lentils, chickpeas. You know, all of these are they appear in lots of different categories, don't they? Nuts and seeds, almonds, chia seeds, flax seeds, sunflower seeds. And with soluble fibre, which is found in oats and apples and beans, it dissolves in water and it can help lower cholesterol and also control your blood sugar levels. And insoluble fibre, which is found in whole grains, vegetable and nuts, this helps with digestion and prevents constipation because it adds bulk to your stool. So really important that especially menopausal women, postmenopausal women are eating enough fibre. We're also seeing many women who are taking some of the new weight loss medication, ensuring that they are eating a high protein diet and plenty of fibre as well, because one of the side effects from some of the weight loss medications is constipation. So fibre is key. And eating plenty of protein is also very important for people that are taking like Wegovy and Ozempic and all the new various weight loss drugs and medications that we're seeing. So very important. Now, every video that I make here, I always go back to our healthy rules. So 3 meals per day, no snacking if you can manage it. Build your plate around protein. Eating slowly and mindfully. No nighttime nibbling, so close the kitchen when you've had your evening meal, and making sure that you're adequately hydrated. These are a very simple framework that you can work from that will give you amazing results. It really will. And we all know what we should be eating. You know what you should be eating. I know what you should be eating. But it's the accountability that we all need. We all need some coaching and help. And with my clients that I work with every day and every week in my online programs, it's these constant reminders and accountability. Have you drunk all your water? Have you eaten enough fibre today? Have you had your protein? Have you managed to drink 2 litres of water? And it's that constant reminder so that we're cementing those healthy habits. And that's how we get great results. And not thinking of a diet as a 1 week or a 2 week or a 4 week. This is for life. These habits will take lots and lots of repetition over and over and over again. And there'll be things that come into our life that derail us. Stressful situations, emotional situations that tend to derail us. And then we go off down the other direction. And that's normal. We all emotionally eat. We all have triggers. But it's eating in this way 80-90% of the time. And when you do go the opposite direction, you can get yourself back on board as quickly as possible. And that's the key. So this becomes your lifestyle. And if you need any help or advice around nutrition and you are a 50 plus female and you're postmenopausal, then you can join in any of my group program training, or we do offer a one-to-one coaching program as well, 90-day program. So if that's of interest to you, just let me know in the comments and I'll send you all the information. So just putting this all together, there is your breakdown, your macronutrient breakdown, how important it is to eat more fibre and what fibre is and what food contains fibre and how much fibre you should be eating, and the difference between your simple carbohydrates and your complex carbohydrates. And then think of a better word than rule, but having a framework for your food can also really help you. So any questions, comments, let me know. And remember to like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video.